Hello everybody, Angela Westland here, independent demonstrator in Australia. Glad that you've come back to see my next tutorial. This time I'm going to be showing you a fun window card that you can add to your cards. Now these are two that I've already made, and you can see how I've done the folds on each of them. But if I just lift one up, you can see how the 3D and the butterfly sits right in the middle. It's just quite a nice effect on your card, and they're just so easy to make. You could do these as even invitations because they're just so quick and easy to make. So I'll just get those out the way. And as I'm mainly showing you the technique for the window, I've pre-made the base card, but I'll just quickly give you the measurements. So my base card is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then scored and folded. Then inside the card I have a 4" by 5" piece of Whisper White. Then the top panel there with that design, that comes from the Love Blossoms Designer Series paper stack. So that's the base of my card. Then what you will need is, you'll need a piece of DSP, which I've used from the Love Blossoms again, but I'm going to be using the opposite side. But you need 4" by 4". And then what you're going to do with that is you're going to need to use your scoring board. I'll just bring over the scoring board so you can see that. So what you need to do, I'll just let you know that with the scoring board you will need the extra diagonal plate for this. Now on the opposite side of the diagonal plate, at the top there is an arrow. That arrow must be at the top of your scoring board when you're scoring. So just turn that over, make sure it's right up in the corner. Then you get your 4" by 4" piece of Designer Series paper. Then you're going to score it 2" and 3" on each side. So just quickly do that. 2" 3", turn it, make sure it's right flush into that corner. 2" 3", turn, 2" 3", turn, 2" and 3". So that's all the scoring you have to do, so it's very easy. Then I'm just going to grab my bone folder. Now I want this to be showing as my 3D window. So I'm going to bring that first fold over and score it really well, and then turn it back on your other scored line that you've done. And you need to do that on all 4 sides. You need to have really crisp sides. Then bring that one back. Then the very last one over on the score. Press hard down on with your bone folder. Now I just like to really push down. Now I've done all 4 sides, just go over it so you've really got crisp edges. And that's it. Really, that's how easy it is to make that window for in the middle of your card. So I'll quickly just finish it off. So you're going to have, just going to put some Snell adhesive on the back. Then I'm going to bring in my card and I'm going to position it right at the top. Hopefully it's not going to go off the sides for me. Straight as I can. So there we go. So that's going to sit there at the top like that. Now also what I've also done is I've punched out, using the Love Blossoms Designer Series pack again, I'm using my 2 inch by 1 3/8 inch oval. I've cut one piece out, and then I've used my large scallop punch with the Whisper White. I've punched out one piece of that, and that's going to have my sentiment on it. So then what I've done is, using the very new Blooming Love Stampin' Up stamp set, I've just used the Love You sentiment on my scalloped punched out piece. Then I'll just bring in my other piece, and I'm just going to use some dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. Just press your finger in the middle and the should come off quite easily. Then I'm just going to adhere that straight onto that Designer Series paper. Not quite over enough. Lucky I've got dimensionals under that and I can pull it up. There we go. So then I'm just going to put some Snell adhesive on the back of that. Bring in my card again and just adhere that at the bottom of my card. Press that down. Then I'm going to bring in my pearls and just get one of my large pearls and pop it down there. Then the next size down is that one. Just going to put one of those each side. So they're as equal as I possibly can. So like that. So put the adhesive pearls away. So we've got that. Now we need to do our butterfly for in the centre of our window card. So I've used the Papillon Potpourri Stampin' Up stamp set, using this butterfly right at the top here. It's gorgeous butterfly. It's got flowers all over it and it's really a beautiful effect. So what I've done is I've stamped 2 of those on some glimmery white cardstock, and I've also added some Wink of Stella. Once I've let that dry for about 10 minutes, I've used my Wink of Stella just on the flowers, and it just brings up, you've hardly got to touch it, you've just got to, you know, and just let that dry. Then I punch those out with the Elegant Butterfly stamp. So if you can see that there. So to release the Stampin' Up stamp punches, you just push down on the lever underneath. Now this makes it so easy to punch these out, these coordinating punches. As you see, I'm just going to line up the butterfly punch the best I can. So that's lined up. So all then you do is punch it out. It's perfect butterfly. So now do the other one. Just line it up. I'm not sure if I want to, but I'd rather have two ready. Just line it up like that. So once again, it's all lined up and you just punches out. How easy is that? So that's the elegant butterfly punch. I've actually got 3 of them just in case I need them. So then I'm going to bring in my card again, and I'm going to take one of these. I'm just going to bend the wings up a little bit, turn her over, and I'm just going to add a dimensional on the bottom and the back of her. Take that off, just give it a bit of a bend up. Then I just want it to sit in the middle. If you want it to sit up even further, I do this sometimes. I add a second dimensional just to give it a bit more height, especially with these 3D windows. I just wasn't happy how I wanted it to sit up a bit higher. That's perfect. So then I'm just positioning it inside. Once I'm happy, just give it a good press down. And I might put one just there, just under. Or you could dimension it. Put one there. Not sure which way I want to go. So what I'm going to do is just put a really little bit of snail just on the bottom wings. Bring in my card again, and just so it doesn't inhabit on that, give it a bit of it. I'm just going to put her on there, just as an extra, like that. And then I might just bring the pearls in again. Just love my pearls. So just pop a pearl there. And one there. One there. And I might just pop one there. One in that corner. Then I'm just going to put that. Go the other way, Angela. Then just put another one on the top there. And that's our card finished. And as I say, if I hold it up for you, you can see the dimensional of it, of the window. And it is a very easy and quick card to make. Well, that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Just click on the link below and it will take you to my blog post of this card, and it will give a full description of all the items I've used. Thank you for watching.